Hello and blessings for this new moon in Pisces on the 25th of April of 2025. I wanted to come and give you guys some tarot inspiration. And I wanted to talk about when I look at your love future and the Ten of Pentacles inverts. So what is the Ten of Pentacles? I'm going to show you the inverted version first. As you can see, there is a husband, a wife, a child, a couple of dogs, and what appears to be an older man, which it is an older man. However, it's inverted. And so looking at this card inverted tells me a lot about the family traditions that you come from. And so we are using the traditional Rider-Waite deck, which is what I've been preferring the past year or two. Basically, the picture or the illustration of the Ten of Pentacles looks very different. In fact, those dogs look like some kind of smoke coming from above. The people pictured look unhappy. They look unhappy and kind of sinister. And even the older male has like a grim look on his face. The child pictured looks very sad. And it's just things are upside down. Now, what is a karmic family? A karmic family is a family where there's obviously some kind of curse. There's obviously some kind of negative spirit. A lot of people say that it's the devil. I don't agree. I think it is a cycle of possible bad familial spirits and ancestors that possibly didn't get put to rest properly. Certain curses, past life regressions that can lead to misery, a bunch of competition, fighting, arguing, gossiping, hatred, jealousy, very embarrassing behavior that essentially is and will sometimes stop people from having that life that they want. I mean, bad family will go through great lengths to screw you over. Now, before I show you guys this card in the upright position, I want to point out a couple of things to you guys that is in this particular card when it is inverted. It doesn't mean that you have to give up hope, because right here at about the 319 mark, I'm going to point out to you guys the little house that is to the lower right of this photo. It looks like an inverted triangle when it's upright, but there's actually quite a few rune symbolisms in here that I wanted to show you guys. So number one, you see a house with 3 red pillars. And to me, this is a symbolism of will, power, and rebuilding, okay? Then up above that, you will see 2 red pillars that look a lot like candles. And there is actually a rune of an arrow pointing upward, which stands for leadership and victory. So the goal is to get you at the Ten of Pentacles in the upright position. This is something that I want people to understand, that you can turn that situation around. It's hard because when you come from a karmic family and when people have an invested interest of staying in their dysfunction for whatever reason, they're resting, they're lying in it. There are even people that benefit from you not having that family tradition. And then actually, In the suit of pentacles, there is the ace of pentacles. There is the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. Okay. And we're not going to picture those here, but obviously, for you to get it in the upright position, you're going to have to go through the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. And these are all stages of growth. These are all stages of growing up. And these are stages of new beginnings, new traditions, okay? So even though in the upright position, you can see Grandpa is sitting there to the left, he still wants his tradition. However, you have every right to start your own tradition if that is the case. If it is very bad traditions, you have the right, the power is there for you, okay, to start your own tradition. There are a lot of many different symbolisms in this particular photo that tells us this directly. Now, going back and paying attention to the card, the house is now upside down. It's now inverted. And it kind of looks as though the grandfather that's shown in this photograph is blending in with that. He's sort of blending in. However, this is a symbolism of old traditions dying, and not to say that grandpa was dying, but just old decisions in the not old decisions, but old traditions being upside down, inverted, and the new coming in, especially the child that you can see pictured to the lower right. Okay. Now, obviously, the two people pictured in the photo, they still have kind of a worried look on their face because they are aware that they have to lay down the foundation of their new traditions that are not dysfunctional. Okay? I believe that the tarot points to everything that we struggle with. I believe that it does. But I also believe that there are many messages encoded in the tarot, ensuring people that the power is there for you to start anew, start afresh. And as you can see, Grandpa is still there. He's not deceased. He's still alive. It's not going to kill them for you to have your own traditions. In fact, you can tell that it looks as though the man and the woman and the child are leaving. And that is the way that it is supposed to be. You can even see in the background, in the middle, over to the right, you can even see what looks to me like tombstones. It really does. I hate to be morbid, but it looks like tombstones, like some kind of family plot. Then over to the left, you can see water. So it strangely looks like these people are inside of like a bridge, like they're crossing a bridge, which bridges are symbolic of something new on the horizon. And then as you can see, the water is flowing, symbolizing water under the bridge. All of these things in the tarot are saying specific messages to us. In fact, if you look at the upper left, it's so weird how this particular photograph has so many different symbolisms. You can see a high priestess up at the upper left. It's a face and it's wearing a crown, but it kind of looks like a person that has like a large, elongated head, symbolizing new. I wanted to make this video at this new moon to remind people of how you can break certain negative cycles and you can create positive cycles. And even though sometimes it's so bad that you can't even introduce your friends to karmic family, however, it can be done that you can just live a life without all of that suffering and pain. Blessed be.